Hey y'all, if you are here to watch part 2, great. But if you haven't Hey y'all, if you're here to watch part 2, great. But if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go back to my channel.
But if you're ready for part 2, stay tuned and watch right now. Don't forget the lyrics. Our trip to Ireland, we had a blast. Find out what happens right now. So the next category was
Funk.
So as I'm looking, just to tell the strategy, I'm looking at the thing and I'm seeing that there's funk left, there's one-hit wonders, there's Latin, and I wanted to save Latin for a little bit later in the game. And one-hit wonders, you know, maybe if I could get to the 25,000, which is when you lock in money. So that's guaranteed money. Actually, any time is guaranteed because you could walk away. You could bow out and say, I will just walk away with my $5,000. I could have done that. So we get to funk. The songs are Word Up, Cameo,
Word Out,
and then It's Your Thing.
It's Your Thing
by Isley Brothers. Now, Cameo Word Up, I know is a song, I know of it and everything, but I was like, there's no way, there's no chance that I would even know that.
I feel like I'm having the same energy as we're on stage right now.
Because I'm saying the same things. And then It's Your Thing, I know from the commercials. It's your thing. Do what you want to do now. That's literally the only part of the song I know, y'all. That's it. That's the only part of the song I know.
Keep telling the story.
So I said... And also the other thing you should know is when I saw that up there and the artist underneath it was the Isley Brothers, I did not know the Isley Brothers sang that song at all. Like, so that was a shock to me. I was like, oh, they're the ones who sing that song? So anyway, picked It's Your Thing. It plays. I sing through it, get to the chorus. It's your thing, do what you want. I can tell you. And then blanks, 5 words. And I said, who the hubba, he the hubba, hubba. I don't even know what the words were, but I just said some random words, as you probably saw. And they're up there. Clearly, I know they're wrong. I'm like, there's no way this is right. So she asked me, I say, they're wrong. They're totally wrong. At this point, I'm like, I think I'm in trouble, okay? I think I'm in. And I have 4 words that I can use backup words. You need 5, right? So I said, let me just start out at the ends. That's the first thought. Because we had practiced in this very room about the game and like how it works. And when you get stuck, what do you do?
This makes it sound worse.
So I said, I don't know anything.
Practice.
And I said, no, we did. We had some real rehearsals too. So it is tragic the way everything went.
It was horrible.
Very, very tragic. So I'm like, okay, let me see the end word.
Lord
And also, like, I kind of forgot about this, but I'm remembering it now in the moment. The audience was very funny because I remember saying, like, let me just see the last word. And it was like 2. And the audience goes, oh. Like, dang.
Because how helpful is that?
He didn't get it right at all. Which I knew that whole phrase was wrong. Like, I knew that. I wasn't, like, delusional. And so I'm like, okay, but I just want to see what it ends with. It ends with 2. I'm like, well, that wasn't helpful. So let me go to the beginning. And so I put a word in the beginning. It was who. So I have who and 2. And I'm like, ooh, Jesus.
Not who to.
And so I'm like, let me do the second to last word, I think is what I did. So it. Yeah. And so it was it. So I have who, blank, it too. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I remember because they put little numbers underneath the blanks. So when you ask for a word, you say, oh, I want the first word. And I remember specifically because it was 2, 3. And I was like, oh, that's Jordan's number. And I was like, well, maybe I can be great like him at this moment. Clearly, I didn't have the jump shot of my life. I remember having to pick one or the other. And you know, I thought about this.
No. Pause.
What?
You didn't have to pick one or the other. He chose
to pick
one or the other.
I chose to pick one or the other. I didn't have to.
You did not.
But I didn't know it. So I was like, I need to use all my words at this point. So and this is interesting to me because what if I would have picked 2 instead of 3? I thought about that the other day. Anyway, so I picked 3.
Oh.
And it was who, blank, sock, it, 2.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I said, okay, I think I can fill this in. By the way, something I'm leaving out, I kept asking if I could sing the song over.
Every word he got right with the backup word, he sang through the song.
It was not helpful.
He tried to figure it out. He was finagling.
It was not helpful at all. So then I start to build a story, right? I say, okay, I can't tell you who blank sock it to. I can't tell you who you sock it to.
Am I grammatically correct?
I can't tell you who you sock it to. Like,
and the more he say it, the more I feel him getting convinced that he think that's what it is. And I'm just in the background just...
What was you thinking?
This was very... I don't think we've actually talked about this.
No,
this has been a very... That moment was extremely difficult. And hopefully if that episode aired... We'll release this anyway, but if that episode aired, you will see in my face, and maybe you can read through that body language, but I was making a choice of either I can be upset about what's happening right now and show this in my face to the audience, or I can just be as encouraging as I can, knowing that this is not going as well as I thought it would. And I chose the latter, just because I felt like that was going to be a lighter road to walk than the other road.
Well, I appreciate you choosing the latter.
I felt like frustration and anger would have not benefited either of us.
Well, I'm sure it was probably really frustrating because you knew the song and
I knew it.
And you're like, what the hell is he saying up there?
And and this is what I was thinking. I was thinking because the first word did like activate any like thing in your brain. I was like, okay, he's just gonna backup singer. Maybe Justin know what it is.
Like when I still had the 3 blanks.
Yeah. Maybe he know what it is. He knew what it was from the jump. Oh man.
So it just was really and shout out to Niecy because she's not allowed to do anything to help you or whatever, but she was telling me every option I had. She's like, you have your backup singer, you have the words, and then at a certain point
towards the end, because you kept saying who you.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Who you? Socket 2.
And she was even being funny too because she was like, child, I didn't even know what this song was about. You
She
know,
said, I didn't even know what it was about.
And
she was
so-
giving you time.
Yes. And so she's like, you can bow out. You can also bow out with the 5,000 that I had won up to that point, right? But I'm thinking, so we're sharing everything that's happening. But I will say, I'll share what was going on inside my head. Inside my head, I was thinking, one, I know I do not know this song. That's the first thing. I know I don't know it, right? But 2, I'm thinking, okay, in several of our rehearsals and practice times, I was able, like there were some songs that I didn't even know that Justin would pick, and we'd go through and I'd be able to figure it out by using my words. Even if there was like I used all my words up and now I gotta make a guess. So I was trying to recall that muscle memory, like, and that was kind of giving me some sort of confidence. 3, I'm making up a story, right? I'm saying like, who you socket to? He can't tell you who to socket. And then, which now I'm like, yeah, that doesn't even, it don't make sense. And then the fourth thing was I was thinking of Justin, but I was like, I want to use Justin later in the game because there's Rock that's still up there and he's going to be better at me in that category. And there's other categories up there that I was thinking of Justin that we had talked about before the show, right?
You were thinking about where you was gonna be
instead of where I was.
Without where you was.
And that to me is probably the biggest
Come on, church.
lesson in this whole game was
You was playing before you was even there.
You have to, this is such a good lesson for life though, for real.
Yeah.
One, for me, ask for help. That's a struggle just in my life.
I was only but 15 feet away from that.
You done
man.
flew this man halfway around the world and you're not gonna use him?
The flight was nice, but the food was good.
But ask for help. But then beyond that, what he just said, that was the other lesson, was ask for help now versus later, because later's
I'll
no
struggle
promise.
now, but when I get to a place I feel comfortable asking help, and then I'm gonna ask for help.
And
no,
later-
you struggling now, baby.
Yes, later
and the
is-
help is there.
later's
The
never-
resources is there.
It's never promised.
So ask.
It's never promised. So
Boy,
ask now.
ask.
Ask.
Child.
And I've been doing that since I've been back. I just want to.
I bet you have. I'm sure you have.
Girl, for real. I've been like,
God.
child, ask for help.
So after all that.
So after all that, I locked in them lyrics.
Oh, he did.
And I'm telling y'all, I
knew they were wrong. You were praying it was right?
that was it. You said it perfectly. Because I knew I was not 100% confident the word
And you were
was
just
right.
praying that was the
I
right
said,
word.
Lord, let that be the right word. It's only a couple that can fit in that little gap. And it was not. When the screen turned red, I said, oh, it really is wrong. That was a choice. That was a choice. And I felt so devastated inside. Not like debilitating devastation, but like, because the first thing I was thinking about, if I'm being honest, was, oh my gosh, it's the end. Oh my gosh, Justin didn't get to have this moment with Niecy Nash. You know, like if I did use him, you know, he's just over there.
I'm sure production's got great just faces of me.
And so I was kind of like, dang it, you know. And then also the money. That was kind of the third thing I thought. I was like, dang, like I could at least had 5,000 or if I'd used Justin, you know, whatever.
At least
10,000. Who knows? Could have made it to 25,000. So that's it, right? But in that split second, Niecy goes, oh, I don't know what she said originally, but she was just like, Justin, do you know the words? Something like she called to Justin.
She did.
And she's like, do you know the words? So what did you do?
I grabbed my microphone and I said,
you remembered the microphone.
I wasn't going to mess up my ones. I'm not throwing away my shots. So I grabbed my microphone. I did a little tongue pop. I can't do it right now. I'm too nervous. And then I said, Janice, I sure do. And then she looked at me. I love this. Let me tell my moment. I love this so much because then she looked at me dead in my eye with a little twinkle behind, and she said, I do too. And she said, you want to say it together? And I said, yeah. She said, okay, on 3. And we both went 1, 2, 3, 2. It was a little high five because we knew it.
And that was the right word.
Word.
It was such a beautiful moment. Like, it was a horrific moment because I got it wrong.
I thought you were going to say a heroic moment.
No, but for them to do that together, my heart was so happy that Justin got this moment with Niecy. That was so cute. And like, it was such a good moment. Like, in the midst of everything that was going on.
A little childlike wonderment amidst all of the devastation.
It really was. It really was. It was special. It was special. And they both had that energy. And so then after that, one thing I will credit Justin with is they played the song.
The theme song.
And so when they were playing the theme song, he just starts doing a 2-step, step touch. And so then I joined him and she joined, so we're all kind of doing this little dance together to end it out. Now, whether they use that or not, but it was just a good way to express some energy in that moment of like, ooh.
It was a gratitudinal joy. I know that's not a word. Gratitudinal joy. It was an attitude of gratitude and joy.
Yeah, so that's how that ended. And then they asked us to do another take, exiting and walking down the steps into the crowd. And that was kind of the way that the episode ended. Yeah. So, it was devastating. It was sad. But I can say I really enjoyed the entire experience of taping the show, meeting other cast members, going to the city of Dublin, going to the church service in the basement of the hotel. Mm-hmm. There were so many really cool moments that happened. And then I
can't remember his name. Is it Brian?
Who was?
The guy, the drummer. Not the drummer. I can call him the drummer. The
guitarist. I cannot remember. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry to this
shout
man.
out to you. Sorry to this man. Okay.
But it was a great experience. And I can truly say that, I had done Sunday Best, which is a whole nother vlog on this channel if you want to go watch it. And it was really, really like debilitating, and devastating in that way at the end. And I did not, and I still don't, by the way, I still don't feel like I'm debilitated and like, oh, it's the end of the world.
Shout out to therapy.
Yes. Therapy has done wonders, because I remember I wrote a little phrase before I even left to go to Ireland that said, like, regardless of what happens on that stage, you're worthy. Mm-hmm. And that was such a powerful thing for me to go into the show with, of that, like, yeah, do your best. Like, don't go up there and try to, throw the game.
He did the best of what he had.
I did the best I could in that moment. Was it the right thing?
Growing up in a cult church, you don't know about music. He only has black, so I mean, hey.
Right, so y'all can take the black card, but look, it was halfway already gone. Anyway,
it was a 50% off card.
So it was a 50% off. I can't. Not a special. I can't even open my eyes right now. Okay,
that's funny.
No, but it was really good, and I just want to say this on camera to you, Justin.
What? Oh Lord Jesus, here you go.
So no, but I just appreciate. I already said this to you, but I appreciate you coming on the trip with me, even in the midst of an epic failure where you were the person you were the key. You were the key to me winning more money on the game. But the way you handled it, the way you handled me, the way you just said,
that's right. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting.
The way you said yes to come on the trip randomly and to do it. So I just appreciate all of the support. Even in the post, we were on the bus, y'all, headed to the exit hotel, and I was like,
in the midst of the,
like, man, this sucks. Like, I have to feel this. I have to feel all the emotion. I'm listening to my therapist. She's like, even when you're disappointed or devastated, like, you have to feel the emotions. Don't run from them. So I was like, man, I have to sit in this and I have to feel all these emotions. And he goes,
yeah, you do.
And we both started laughing, but I was just like, I cannot believe in this moment. He's just like, no, tell the truth, shake the devil.
Yeah,
you do.
Feel it. Feel all of it. So you know what this means.
Literally. And he literally said it just like that in the moment on the bus. But it was just like, he understood where I was. Like, if I would have been like distraught, I'm pretty sure he would have been handling it.
I would have brought you some warm glass of milk and cookies.
Something, right?
Milk and cookies. Him saying he wants some milk and cookies.
You are wild. No, but I'm just like, y'all, I can't say that from the bottom of my heart. Like, I'm so grateful that it was him who went on the trip. I think there's been so much connection in like being able. Oh, I felt a tear. Stop. Nope. We're gonna get through this.
You don't want this in public?
I don't want to cry in public.
Oh.
But ooh. Okay, we're gonna keep going on.
You got it.
Oh, it's misty. It's misty, y'all. Okay, no.
What you gonna say?
No, I'm just feeling the swell of gratitude. No, but I feel like it's allowed us to reconnect in some ways. And I guess what I'm thinking about, y'all, is like, there was just a really hard time back in 2020 when I was like coming out to myself, and we're sitting in this very room where he allowed me to spend 5 hours with him, just talking about, you know, coming out, being gay, all these things. And, just you handle me with such care in that moment, and then to fast forward to going to Ireland together, this whole trip, failing on this show, and you handle that with such care too. And so just a really good friend, and I really appreciate you for being that person. And so it makes me emotional because I don't think everybody gets to have that experience in the way that it's happened, you know, in some really high, heavy or low, heavy moments in my life. So thank you.
Well, to that I say, get you a Justin. Seriously.
Get you a Justin.
And better yet, get you a Virgo. Because we going to be there. We going to be there for you. We going to be through thick and thin. Travel down the world and back again. Okay?
And not be...
I'm serious.
No, you should.
I'm going to lean into the levity.
You should.
I'm going to lean. Like the children said on Preacher's Buff. Lean.
You should. You should, though. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So that's the story, and that's what I'm sticking to. So hopefully you enjoyed this story. Hopefully you learned about a game show. We can't say too much more than what we shared, but it was a phenomenal time. And yeah, you know, here, I think what I will end with is give yourself grace.
Yes.
Tell the truth now. Tell the truth. I could have done better. I could have made a better choice in that moment, right? Tell the truth. But give yourself grace and just learn to love yourself. Learn to stand up for yourself and learn to find people, like Justin was saying, in all seriousness,
I was being funny,
in your life who can show up for you in this way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think that's something that I look for in other people too, is that people who reveal the best of yourself to yourself. You know, you want to be able to show up as you are. There's a video of this lady who was talking about, if you can't be who you are, where you are, you need to change the wheres that you go. Yep. So that's been one of the things that was cool. Even when I was on stage with Niecy, I wasn't thinking about, I forgot there were cameras up there. I forgot they were in front of an audience. Even the whole lip popping and me just being so eccentric and vivacious on stage, that's just me. Yeah. And so it was so cool. And actually, I think this is a shout out to the production and to Niecy, both, you know, the whole team, is that they created an environment that they wanted everyone to be themselves, completely 100% authentic.
It was very safe space.
You know, don't put on. Yeah. Obviously be engaging because it is TV, but like, you know, be yourself and all of what it means.
Be yourself. Yes.
Yeah. So find yourself people who can reflect back to you the best parts of yourself and listen to them. And when they tell you, use your lifelines and your backup singers.
Use them.
Use them. That's my little 2 cents.
And do that in life too. We're talking about a
use
game.
your backup singers.
We're talking about a game, but this is
and
life.
That's what Patty meant. That's what Patty meant when she said, "Where are my background singers?"
That's what she meant.
Because yes, she didn't have backup singers, but she didn't have help. And she was asking for help, and it wasn't none to be given.
That's the lesson.
That's the lesson.
This is life. Like, yeah, we talking about a game, but this is actual real life.
For real, for real.
So use your backup singers when you need them.
Let me see that card again.
Yes.
I don't know the words. No, you don't know the words.
Don't use me.
He said, "Stop playing me in front of these people." I'm sorry. I'm a laugh about this until it's not funny. But I don't know when it's not going to be funny.
It's always going to be funny. This is.
Yeah.
I reflect back and I'm thinking, wow, you really made a choice.
You did. I was going to say another thing that I'm excited for is to see the other contestants' episodes.
Yes.
However they piece that together and air them. I'm excited to see how they all did, and so we're just excited to see how that plays out and how the episode went.
Absolutely. That's all I got.
I'm cool with it.
Life of the Third. Appreciate y'all.